in the depths of the forest, where the trees grew twisted and the creatures whispered in the shadows, there was a village that was shrouded in an eternal darkness. The villagers, known as the Shadowborn, lived in a world of perpetual night, where the moon never rose and the stars never shone. The villagers were a peculiar lot, with skin as black as coal and eyes that glowed like embers. They lived in small, crumbling cottages, surrounded by a tangle of overgrown vines and dead branches. The air was heavy with the scent of decay and rot, and the very ground seemed to writhe and twist like a living thing. In the heart of the village, there was a young girl named Arachne. She was a curious child with eyes that burned like hot coals and hair that seemed to move of its own accord. Arachne was fascinated by the strange and terrifying creatures that lurked in the shadows, and she spent her days exploring the dark forest, searching for secrets and surprises. One day, while wandering deeper into the forest than she had ever been before, Arachne stumbled upon a hidden clearing. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient twisted tree, its branches reaching up towards the darkness like skeletal fingers. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy, and Arachne could feel it calling to her. As she approached the tree, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was a woman, tall and gaunt, with skin as white as bone and eyes that burned like green lanterns. She introduced herself as Zylara, the Queen of Shadows. Zylara revealed to Arachne that she was the last of her kind, and that she had been searching for a worthy successor to inherit her powers. She believed that Arachne was that person, and she offered to teach her the secrets of the shadow world. Arachne was initially hesitant, but Zylara's words were like honey poison to her ears. She became increasingly entranced by the queen's promises of power and mystery, and eventually agreed to follow Zylara into the darkness. As they journeyed deeper into the shadows, Arachne discovered that Zylara's powers were not just mere magic. They were rooted in a dark and ancient pact with forces beyond human understanding. The queen's powers came at a terrible cost, one that Arachne began to realize too late. As Zylara taught her the secrets of the shadow world, Arachne found herself becoming increasingly consumed by her newfound powers. She began to lose touch with her friends and family in the village, and her skin grew darker and more twisted with each passing day. But as she delved deeper into the darkness, Arachne also began to realize that she was losing herself. She was becoming a shadow of her former self, a mere puppet under Zylara's control. In a desperate bid to break free from Zylara's grasp, Arachne attempted to flee from her mistress, but it was too late. Zylara had already siphoned away most of her